Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is John and this is your Modern Tech Breakdown. Today I'm taking a look at the latest development in the Google search antitrust case. Let's jump into it. Here I have an article from the New York Times. Let's read a bit to get the gist of the story and then let's chat about what it likely means for Google. US said to consider a breakup of Google to address search monopoly. Google was found last week to have violated antitrust law by illegally maintaining a monopoly in internet search. Now discussions over how to fix those violations have begun. Justice Department officials are considering what remedies to ask a federal judge to order against the search giant, said 3 people with knowledge of the deliberations involving the agency and state attorneys general who helped to bring the case. They are discussing various proposals, including breaking off parts of Google, such as Chrome browser and Android smartphone operating system, 2 of the people said. So it seemed that the New York Times has a source, or sources, in the Justice Department that is telling them, hey, we are considering asking the judge to break up Google. This strikes me as a very calculated leak with the intent of floating a trial balloon. I think the DOJ leadership is trying to gauge Google's and the public's reaction to this idea. And the report mentions that their source is 2 or 3 people. I tend to think that the so-called leak was intentional when they're able to get 2 or 3 different people to speak to them. Also, traditionally, there's a bit of a separation between the DOJ and the White House. I wouldn't be surprised if this was also aimed at trying to understand if anyone in the White House has an objection to this idea. So the next question is, if this is a trial balloon for breaking up Google, how has the trial gone? Has anyone objected publicly to this? Let's poke around and see. First off, a very quick and cursory search of X finds absolutely no one upset about the idea of breaking up Google. I doubt that decision makers at the DOJ are all that focused on what X users think, but it is somewhat indicative of the public mood on the topic, although X is not real life. Second here, I found a guest essay from the New York Times opinion page by Tim Wu. In this editorial, Tim calls for more than a slap on the wrist and harkens back to the breakup of the Bell system in order to argue for a breakup of Google. So it seems clear what side of the fence Tim is on. He is in favor of a breakup of Google. And obviously the New York Times is very influential. And lastly, it doesn't seem that the Wall Street Journal opinion page has gotten around to writing about this case. To be fair, this news just hit yesterday, so maybe they'll get around to it. But at the early stages, it seems like Google doesn't have too many champions to keep itself out of this fire. But I'll point out here that what matters isn't what the remedy the DOJ asked for. What matters is what the judge is going to decide is the appropriate remedy. And for that, it's anyone's guess at this point. And I'll wrap up things by pulling back the lens just a little bit. Google is really going through tough times right now. It seems like they have battles raging on all sides. They're fighting a battle for AI on mobile devices with Apple. Their biggest revenue stream, search, is threatened by AI in the search space. Just look at Search GPT from OpenAI, for example. And now they have a very serious battle with the US Department of Justice on their hands. Yikes, it's not a great time to be a captain of that ship. That's a tough job right now. And with that, I'll wrap things up for today. As always, thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I will catch you next time.